whole Nigeria from the Aso Rock, even Mr. President should be very, very careful because he may likely be kidnapped one day if he's not careful. Yes, because in Nigeria as it is, you know whom Sultan of Sokoto is.
And some said it was a Sultan of Sokoto father that was kidnapped. But we don't know how true it is. But on social media, some are saying it's the Sultan of Sokoto, father. What's your take as regards, government attacking Saina village in Sokoto, and at the same time today we saw people in Sokoto running for their dear life. Some even drowned. They drowned when they were running for their dear life.
Praise be to the Lord God Almighty. God bless you, my beloved. I remember my humble self, one and the only Biafran evangelist. It is very, very good news. Yes, it is a very good news because Sultan of Sokoto now, the news is no longer a news to him, it's now telling on him. The news is no longer a story now, it's now be the one to tell the story. That his own village called Sena or Hayana and Kabonobo. That the thing that is the enemy, that these terrorists, that these hoodlums, that these bandits have captured Sultan of Sokoto village. They have held it ransom to the point that Sultan of Sokoto father allegedly, as they said, based on the question you threw to me, he said it was allegedly that his father was captured as being the village head over Session village. Now, my beloved brother, and you can see it if you watch the video now, the clue, you will agree with me. If that kind of thing could happen to somebody like Sultan of Sokoto, who can be you in Sokoto State? In Sokoto State, Sultan of Sokoto is somebody that people respect, even in the diaspora of Nigeria. He's an Islamic clergy. He's somebody that Nigeria hold on a high esteem. And if this kind of a thing could happen to the point of his father being kidnapped, allegedly being kidnapped, being the head of that village, but he was there and he was kidnapped and they escaped, that means Nigeria is completely finished and it's not safe, to be truthful and to be sincere. That means Sultan of Sokoto may be the next target if they can kidnap his father and go away successfully. So he may be the next target. And if this kind of people, if this set of people, and if this caliber of people, can be facing this kind of things, can suffer this kind of things in the hands of this bandit or this terrorist. So definitely, the whole Nigeria from the Aso Rock, even Mr. President should be very, very careful because he may likely be kidnapped one day if he's not careful. Yes, because in Nigeria as it is, you know whom Sultan of Sokoto is. The way they take Sultan of Sokoto, even in the Islamic world.
But don't forget that as at one time, it was alleged that the bandits were planning to invade Aso Rock when Buhari was in power. But when Buhari heard this news, he was laughing. He said, this can never be possible.
Yes, Buhari believed that it cannot be possible. Do you know why he says it cannot be possible? Because he was part of the deal. He was the part of the people that brought these men to this country. He was part of the people who financed them. He was the part of the people who sponsored them. He was the part of the people who do what? Who housing them. He was part of the people who gave them roof. Who gave them in fact, the farm, should I use the word, Nigeria to operate as they like. You see why he laughed at that time. And with what has happened now, Abuja is not even safe. The other day I heard, you understand, that there was a series of crises in Abuja regarding to this banditry of a thing. So, Mr. President should be very, very careful. Of course, he has to be very, very careful. If this kind of thing could happen to somebody like a Sultan of Sokoto, do you know who could be the next? And remember, they don't like him. They don't like Mr. President because they believe that Mr. President have stepped on their toes. He have dared them, so they themselves may likely dare Mr. President. You Get what I'm saying? But it is quite unfortunate and so badastrously in such a way that a whole country called Nigeria won't have people like Sidiasu Musa as the chief of defense, won't have the IG, won't have what is it called, Atayin DSS. They allow people like this to be operating freely, operating randomly, operating extravagantly. So I'm moving free, without, fear. They are being favored in the left and the right, front and back, every corner. They are being favored. You understand? And we have people like them. It means that the uniform men in Nigeria are totally failures. It means actually that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't spend up to a second in DSS custody. Do you know why? He shouldn't spend up to a second in DSS custody, because this same thing here was what they said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started violence when he said everybody, people should rise up and defend themselves. They say he started violence. Please, that which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, which landed him in DSS, is that violence not happening? Has the violence stopped? Simon Ekpan Sidiasu Musa, he says, is the problem. What is happening now? Sultan of Sokoto, what is going on in your village, in your state, in Sokoto, has been the leader of Islam. What is happening in Nigeria? What is going on in Katsina, in Kebbi, in Kwara, in Niger? What is going on in Kaduna, Gombe, Jigawa? What is going on? Because if I begin mention the southeast now, it's another thing. They say because I come from that side. That is why I don't want to mention only the southeast now. I don't want to mention the. Did you know the number of people that was massacred either yesterday, or day before yesterday at Benue? What about the one in Plateau and Jos? See, for how long, I am asking, for how long shall we continue? Are you hearing me? For how long shall we continue witnessing this? And Sidiasu Musa, you are there, pointing Simon Ekpan as a problem, pointing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as a problem. But the problem is still eating you people up. You don't want to look into the problem and think of what to do to solve it. Then you are pointing evil finger against the wrong man. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu demanded for his hospital treatment. Nigeria is playing game with it. But Tuji Bello and co. and this one that I've kidnapped, was it not the same Sokoto 3-4 days ago that 40 people was kidnapped and took them to the bush? And we have Sultan of Sokoto. In Zamfara State, do you know how many people that was kidnapped? In Borno State, do you know how many people? In fact, we are not talking about that side because so many villages are now in Cameroon. They are no longer in Nigeria. They have run to Cameroon for safety. Asylum, unwanted, uninvited, unwanted asylum, uninvited asylum. That is what they have run to, just for the safety of their life. And you still have people called Sultan of Sokoto. What are you doing? Now it's playing on your doorstep. Let me see what will be your reaction. Yes, as it starts now happening in your own corridor. Let me see your next move. And let me use this opportunity. It is the high time that Sidiasu Musa stand up and face what is facing. Easterners, gentle is not the problem of Nigeria. Are you hearing me? At all, gentle is not a problem and it can never be a problem. The problem are the people that Sidiasu Musa has failed to address. And there's no other people than the Fulanis in Nigeria. Than this bandit, Boko Haram, Iswa, Pakarawa, Mamuda, and the rest of them. And all these herdsmen too. They are carrying gun to the farm. I don't know when they started to use gun to to shoot what is it called, cow, and that cow still remain alive to move. I don't know when they start to use gun to shoot cow as a means of correction, and the cow still remain alive and continue moving. I don't know. I don't know. So CDS Musa, you have failed. Yes, you have failed. As a security chief, you have failed. IG, Fagbemi, or what's your name? Yes, you have failed. As Inspector General of Police of Nigeria, yes, you have failed. Mr. Ajayi, the DSS boss, you have failed. As the senior, as the director, as the commander, the general of the Department of State Security Service in Nigeria, you people have failed. Then Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. President, and Senator Akpabio and Shetima, all of you has failed the country. You have failed Nigerians as a government, as security personnel. If under you people's watch, all these things are happening up till now, the only thing you are telling us now is negotiation. You are negotiating with this kind of people. What a shame. What a shame. Then, excuse me, I want to ask a question. What is the concrete fact that after negotiating, that this kind of a thing will not rise up again? What is the fact and the confidence that after negotiating, that this matter will die completely? Take a look at, for example, amnesty. Remember the kind of amnesty that played in Niger Delta. Does it end the militants? Despite the candid of the late Yaradua, does it end the bandits? What is it called? All those militants in Niger Delta. The amnesty that Obasanjo give to Asari Dokubo, by even to the point extent of giving Asari Dokubo garage in Abuja, yet Tomboro rise up. Of which now they have given Tomboro oil pipe to watch. If Tomboro is like, there are other men that are still rising up who blow the pipeline of River State. My brother, this is not the best option. And if Nigeria believe that this negotiation is the best option, then they have to free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and apologize to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has never been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is formed. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. between Mazi Samonepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? Who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samonepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government. That Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Samonepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuff. It is now a very clear indication that Samonepa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria and it should be tried by ICC. not just local court. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of mind, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how Sides Musa would escape it. Let's see how Sides Musa would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Simon Ekpa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather underground, supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how you tend to hold it, Biafra would exit the country. No matter how you tend to keep it, Biafra would exit this country. And I am sure that Mazen Kanu and Mazen Samonepa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please kindly like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.